Ecstatic, we actually saw some amazing calling on that T side the other day against Complexity. So, yeah, I'm leaning in favor of the Danish side for this one today. We'll have to see. Ancient's going to set the pace as K23 come in with a pick, and the T side, typically tough on the T side, is this map. So we'll have to see if they can storm in fast. It's our first Ancient of the tournament. Quick out mid for K23, but with that top mid smoke, they will take ledge. Those lane players late behind the door, and 3 in B with a bait and switch from Bird from Sky. This is a grimy angle. What on earth is he doing here? He's got to hit some quick headshots or just spam the legs. Yeah, I didn't think that looked too nice for him, and Fame's going to follow up. One man on B, bopped, and even though the flash came in, blinding their teammate, it didn't matter. I don't know if I like that angle from Bird from Sky. Obviously, I trust him. He's probably gotten away with it before, but didn't look too favorable. And X5's having a game right now, having a round at least. 2 kills into the B site. Daffy with a tap. Body goes flying. But a 1v4 is... Oh, God, the knife is out. Dear, oh, dear. Daffy's been given a chance. Can he seize it with both his hands? Crossfire. There's one. Daffy isolating. And no, he can't convert. Very nice try. He had the time for it as well, but he could not find that final player. Oh, my. We've started with a rip-roaring pace, Harry.
Yeah, love what we're getting out of X5 and Fame to open this one up. Right, pistol round going their way on the side of K23, and so we got a little eco round, a couple of flashes, a smoke even. Why not? Right, spoil yourself.
Mid flashes.
Mid flashes. Here we go. Don't really blind anyone. Maybe we're hoping that they're a little deeper. Those flashes, nothing more than a tickle on the pickle for K23.
I mean, they blinded the wide players, but then the wide players became shallow players. They.
Would you say you're a shallow player?
No, I actually no. I think I'm a team player, Harry.
Yeah, a very selfless individual.
That's you saying that, not me. But I would call myself a team player.
Someone called me a fatter, balder, young gravy.
Young gravy. Fatter and balder.
And
that's not very nice.
I found it kind of funny. I'll take it. I think he's a very handsome guy.
Yeah, look, if you're gonna be insulting us, and you're creative, I'll give you points for that.
It's funny.
Yeah, calling me a dickhead ain't gonna do much.
No.
But if you're creative, I can laugh with you. Oh, what's this?
Like if someone said like Hugo's like a like a not wealthy, more scaly Mark Zuckerberg, you know?
Yeah, I got less scales than that lizard. That's for sure.
Is the early advantage nabbed by Fasha, the nab man.
Fasha the Nasher, maybe.
Oh, yes. Nasher's tooth in play. Fame out through mid. And he's trying to hit this timing onto the donut.
Oh, call him Horrid Henry. He has just horrified this round. He has just torn it open. It's Daffy with a double. Always good for it. Now they're up B. Wolfie's considering red timing, but he's got more than enough teammates in cave to swing out on his contact. And with that smoke out, he's going to tell his team to turn back, or at least he should. Smoke thrown from inside the site will be a warning. But X5, he's curious. He won't be able to kill him. Fasha's going to shut him down. Now 1v5, and Fasha will not let them live. It's going to be the round for Ecstatic. First gun on the board. Techie.
Ooh.
Got a drop.
Ooh, Bird from Sky now. He's gone.
Bird from server.
Bird from server. And he's been it's like clay pigeon shooting, trying to work that in there, but he's not a clay, he's a real pigeon.
Yeah.
Real pigeon shooting.
So just like bird shooting.
Just like bird shooting, yeah. You ever shot an animal before? If you answer this with a yes, I will be eternally disappointed, by the way.
I don't want to answer this question.
Okay, fair enough.
I plead the fifth, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, everyone's allowed to plead the fifth once. I think that was commandment number 6 on the list, if I remember right.
Yeah, written on those stone tablets. Brought down from winged creatures in the sky.
Ah, well, we're waiting for our winged creature from the sky to get back in. He really is an ancient alien here, as we wait for him to make another appearance on this map.
Yeah, welcome to the Ancient History channel as we sit in our first map in the series.
So, talking about ancient aliens and the History channel.
In general.
I love how the History channel is just anything but history.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like made up history. It's like, what if we extrapolated the data and then went in a completely different direction?
Yeah, it's so wild. And it's on a channel called History. Like,
that's like that's America right there. That's full America mode.
Here's an alternate theory that isn't proven, but we will endorse it like it's fact.
I can't. Yeah, it's good entertainment. I'll give them that.
It's very entertaining. They've nailed the entertainment aspect, not so much the history aspect. And you will note that is kind of key to the branding of the History channel.
I don't know. They call news channels news over there, and I wouldn't really agree with that either. So
I don't trust the news in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Do you trust the news?
Well, but from Sky doesn't. He makes his own fortunes.
He does. Oh, rubbing the sweat off.
Oh, yeah.
And he
needs one of those Xantares hand towels.
Yeah, dude. Where's the Xantares hand towel when you need it? Waiting to get him back in the server.
Wolfie as well, our only remaining North American representation in this tournament.
Sad, isn't it, mate? But, you know, great for Wolfie.
But from Sky, he's back. I can't wait to see the T-side for K23, what they've cooked up over these, hopefully, few days of practice, right? Obviously, they went into Astralis and won that game, saying they hadn't really done any prac yet this year. But we've had a few days since that point. So maybe a chance to refine some of the finer details of this T-half. First gun round goes by the wayside, though, with a flawless one. And Z-Power... no AWP. Otherwise, fine and dandy with the bug molly mid and a smoke to follow up in donut. We've got a double molly for Ecstatic. They really don't want you to take mid. You can smoke it, but there's another where that came from. Spam for Manx. Even the nade, that might be nice, chunky stuff. Norbert half health. A is free right now. That's because they're heavy mid and triple B. Wolfie with the AWP, but he can't hit it. And up they come the ramp with a furious pace.
Yeah, but the Wolfie AWP, I mean, we know he can give us some big moments with this. He might have to, as he's lost his teammate in Fasher, the Basher. Oh, just going to get out of there. Getting past the Molotov and reclaiming this little 4-on-4. X5 does get that bomb down. And now going to look to set themselves up to play the post plant in the cave. 2 here. Oh, and a big wrap for Norbert. Look at this guy. Look at him go. Norbert's got the round in the palm of his hands. And even though X5 gets orbed out of nowhere, you'd like to think that Norbert's done enough. On for the double. And there's Fame with a re-swing. They challenge as everyone's scrambling to deal with the flank. Beautiful round for K23. Really nice stuff here. Bit of an enchant team after all.
Bon appetit. And yeah, Wolfie, I don't know if he saw X5 boosted on that cave box, but he picked him through the smoke. And Norbert, I don't think he even wanted to fire so soon, but I think it was Manx, looked like he turned around. He hadn't seen him. And Norbert, it turns out pretty nice. He gets it. You see that little swivel from Manx? Doubles up. That's enough. Teammate swings off the cave, smoke fading, and that's a 3-1 lead with a reset round. We got to rebuy at least, as Ecstatic did take their first gun round flawlessly, so they have everything. It's cave smoke. Gonna let that lane get taken nice and quickly here for K23. Deny aggression. There are Molotovs that will land, but they're not much of a deterrent other than in middle. And talking of middle, Wolfie's just scoped up with the AWP. This should free up some room. But from Sky, he knows his wall bangs. Wolfie trying to dodge these flashes. He catches a man with a nade out, but can't do a thing about it. Has to evade middle. More wallbangs into Norbert. Never fun, but from Sky. He's out of smokes now. He's out of nades, and he might be out of time.
Yeah, might just want to start to get out of there and just going to get away as the smoke fades. Him and Fasher running a bit of a bait and switch here, right? Bird from Sky, he's in a position where he could have looked to jiggle, could have looked to draw it. I'm a bit worried Fasher's just going to die now. I do like it whenever you're at least given the illusion that you're watching Cave from the entrance, because, yeah, Fasher just gets hard cleared. And that never would have happened if someone else is drawing the attention in. Bird from Sky's dead at ramp. Wolfie's going to have to do a hell of a lot here, and they're all around him. It's very uncomfortable for Wolfie. And that's the round.
Okay, these B splits are really nice right now. K23 are not scared of walking up ramp. With Wolfie stuck in the middle of the site, that smoke doesn't even do him favors. He gets shot right through it. And he was just so pressured. That pillar, you do get a bit of cover there, but he needed to commit to one side or the other. And we might have to see that orb back on long for Wolfie. At least he's staying mobile. He gets spotted middle at the start, and he gets back to B pretty quickly. But yeah, long looking like the angle right now to stop this ramp aggro. K23 take their time clearing cave. And I agree with you. You know, Fasher just being on his own there is a very easy clear for Nor, but one of those 50-50 angles is probably nicer. He was on the box, you can clear that out a lot easier. On a 50-50 angle, your odds, pretty good. You know? Pretty okay, pretty down the middle.
I mean, if you think about it, every fight is 50-50. You either win it or you don't.
Exactly.
Like the lottery. That's why I enter it every single day.
How's it going for you?
I mean, I haven't won it yet, but I got to eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
either you do or you don't.
Yeah,
that's 50-50.
You throw
That's a
enough
good
heads,
odds.
you're going to get a tails eventually, yeah. You might be the unluckiest man alive, Harry.
It's starting to feel that way, you know? I've put tens of thousands into this now. Starting to feel like it's rigged against me.
Yeah, crazy that.
Right.
Maybe you just need better numbers.
Yeah, I do always pick the same ones. Maybe that's an issue.
Yeah, I think so. You'll get it. You'll get it. I believe in you.
I just pick the number 25 over and over again.
I think they have to be longer.
What do you mean?
The lottery numbers.
What?
They're longer. There's not two numbers.
What do you mean they're longer?
Yeah,
because
otherwise, you know, if you just picked a double-digit number, how are you supposed to win?
I literally do not understand the point you're trying to make. I can't tell if
That's
it's a joke, if it's real.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, good luck next week, Harry. You'll get him, I'm sure.
Oh, this is nice, right? We saw Floppy make a hero play with one gun and win a round much like this.
That's the bomb.
This is spiraling out of control. They took a little pause to figure out what they wanted to do, and it's one of these B rushes. And Helmate, with how often K23 have ended up in this B site, can't say I blame them.
Oh, Wolfie was going to cross, but I think he saw the gap in the smoke, and he's decided against Wise as Fame holds on for this. And I like how K23 are not in a hurry. They know the majority of these CTs will be on the bomb, if not all. And so Z-Power's holding for flanks, making sure there's no re-aggro. And these CTs have even crossed this time. They made it after the smoke. Fame, he could get flashed in, but he's got to go nuclear here. Molotov could be good. This is a weird position to clear, though. Can Wolfie get out, or will he get smoked by Bird from Sky? He doesn't need to. Oh, my goodness. Bird from Sky even uses the smoke ahead of time, buying more. And at a certain point, what Ecstatic will do will be leaning back, send a player out, and you can see they're already starting to do that now. They know that not only are timings being lost where a player could be creeping up on them, but also, if they get away from this bomb, then it's not like K23 can win the round. Even if they kill Wolfie here, he might buy enough time. One frag would be massive in this position. He's got good cover behind the box, considering no armor.
Yeah, I mean, they also know at this point it has to be the B play once they've dealt with Wolfie. At every step of the way, they're going to have to check corners, they're going to have to check everything. This should be unwinnable for K23.
Yeah.
And they know that. They're backing out. They're letting this one go. The hero weapon on Dafu and the USPs pushing down ramp are enough to find Ecstatic that round.
Damn, that's a response, right? K23 have been given a lot of respect in this lane and ramp area in the CT half, but finally with a big take coming through with a smoke push from Dafu with flashes, that's one way to deal with it. It's, you know, K23 are going to be a lot more ready. Even in the early rounds of this game, they were very prepared for that kind of play, right? We saw them taking lane from middle, in fact, with top mid smokes and coming in off of the heaven position, as you may call it. Ooh, over the smoke. Hello. That's one way to deal with this. I don't know if Norbert can even see anything. Come demanding his little pawn piece. Oh no, fell off. Could have definitely seen Fasher coming down instead. Fasher, that smoke's fading. Gotta watch out, he doesn't have another. Here's his flash that Z-Power's been waiting to use in many of these rounds, but they are re-smoked, albeit pretty poor one. K23 might use that to their advantage. Flash over the top. In they come. There's a CT flash to follow. They have that lane, whether Ecstatic like it or not. However, it's cost them two things, time and utility. So this B site execute has to come through eventually with another mid lurker, Nealon this time, trying to come in on the big red. Fame going to reset to Group B, perhaps. The bomb's leaving, they've changed their mind. And Ecstatic have not. Still stuck 2 back on A. This is not what K23 are going to expect so late in the round.
Yeah, Nealon's here to listen for rotates and try to cut anyone off who attempts to move back into this A site. But are you ready for Wolfie, who's been waiting here all damn round with the AWP? Oh, the timing on this swing is good. And Norbert on the receiving end of the AWP now going to force X5 to join up with Nealon to try and pincer this A bomb site. But both AWPs here, this is a little worrisome now.
Save.
They're going to try to fight their way out and get out with these guns, but doesn't happen for K23. Good responses for Ecstatic, and I love the double AWP hold. It's one of the only, sites in a map where I think that's something you can justify pretty easily. AWPs here with all the long angles that exist, with the fights you can take into mid through donut. There's a lot open to you with that kind of setup. It's one that even Furia, they like to run ideas similar to that, right? Then we've seen them triple AWP on this map, crying out loud.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the only times it's very justifiable as CT side of Ancient to deal with some of these A-site problems.
Yeah, get ahead of these execute smokes. I like that Wolfie, every round he has a new position as well. He's not being predictable, even though now K23 have learned about the double smoke, or double AWP, sorry. He's staying fresh, he's staying unpredictable. We've got this lineup maybe for one guy, Z-Power in the position, or Norbert in the position where you can throw a lot of utility. Oh, lovely grenade, and smoke behind the door as well. Easier way just to get it locked in. There's a flash and it's beautiful. Shooting blind is Bird from Sky and the pistol's out, but he will die. Flash now has to pick up the round. He's done in Fame, but there's still guns to be grabbed. Meanwhile, Lurker out A dealt with, and now you know that both players are on this B site. So K23, going to be no shocker here. With Z-Power alive, no one wants to face this AWP.
Another smoke.
Oh, what? It goes into
through
the
ground, mate.
Oh, poor Wolf, Fasher rather.
You don't want that to be the reason this round's stolen away. And at least everyone's here. There shouldn't be room for Z-Power. Oh, that's so nearly the collat, and second time's the charm. Z-Power is not meant to win these kind of rounds. 30 seconds left. 8 HP, and there's Manx with the swing to get it back under control.
I've never seen 2 collat lineups before. He had a couple of chances there, my goodness. What a nice try. Check this thing. And he got the B entry. That smoke is so awkward that it falls down. Dear, oh dear, the no scope. And I like the repeat from Manx, right? He knows at a certain point Z-Power's going to be off his angle. He waits a few seconds. Either Z-Power's going back for the plant or he's off the short side. Just swings him with a pistol. Terrifying round, though, considering that was a broken buy again. And up the ramp, Wolfie can't stop the long play. He's going to have to back up. Luckily, no one's in the site. No one's on the chopping block. Fasher's inside of Cave, a position that Ecstatic have made very useful in the CT half. Very dedicated to it. And now 4 on B. Ecstatic seem to think the recommit is coming, although mid's getting conceded at the same time. Good shot for Wolfie, catching Z-Power, moving back. Fasher will get tagged up as Dafu overwhelmed through the smoke in the cave, and Norbert might even go through. Instead, regrouping back at B, mid getting taken, and again, this red timing that Wolfie is starting to consider.
Yeah, this harassment of Manx and Cave has triggered a bit of re-aggression over at B. Not ready for the second man, but Norbert will be. watching his teammates back, and now you're in a really rough spot. Wolfie, they've just seen him get around this long corner. They know where he is. Yeah, Fame's wrap. They're just going to say, mate, look, go deal with the AWP. If you get him, we've won the round. He's the only danger present here. And Fame's going to walk on him from that red flank. So this is another for K23, an immediate reply. Seeing Z-Power try to take a couple more opening fights with the AWP. I imagine that clutch attempt, I guess, has put a bit of confidence in him. Admittedly, was the one guy to die in this round, but it's not every day that you see Z-Power attempting these opening duels on the T side, right?
Yeah, I think it's a really good map for them, though, right? Like, you are going to get a lot of long-angled peaks. You are going to get, you know, obviously AWPs facing you, but really anyone fighting down long, trying to get info desperately on Ancient. You don't want to have nothing in terms of knowledge. Peeking down from top red is something Ecstatic haven't really done in this map, but you also expect if K23 are going to be going for mid takes, they will be smoking that box or that room off, rather. So you can already see the game plan for K23. They're very B focused. They've got good utility. They keep trying to flank out red right now. So as long as Ecstatic stay mindful of these flanks, which they have been mostly, then they can be fine. They can be assured in their CT side. But right now, it's still a very good T-half on K23's map pick. But yeah, I agree. Nice to see Z-Power going for the opening kills that isn't always typical. Timeout for K23, but Ecstatic can use it just as much. Last time, they went for that B push with a hero gun. You know K23 are now going to be cognizant of it, and likely playing behind the doors as they have done in these low economy rounds. Or is there something new? Is there something different here for K23? Have yet to see an A execute, but the AWPs are certainly a bit of a terror. It is a 5-man B play. Good call for Ecstatic. This is obviously timing based. They can't stay here forever unless they get significant fights.
I mean, last time they did this, they just waited a bit and then all in aggro to ramp. You do have a flash on Bird from Sky. Could look to send them in. Right, you know that K23 have responded to this aggression at the B ramp by playing back on the other side of the B doors. So you wait early, see if you dealt a rush, see if you dealt a push. Eventually, you might think it's time to go for a bit of a push yourselves. K23 are setting up for the B pop. Yeah, they've done this long smoke going in. With so many players stacked up at long, you're able to boost over the top of it. Manx up close, that one M4 gone right away, and Dafu just tries to throw himself in. It's clean.
Yeah.
It was.
You take it. 5B,
yeah,
you
get
take
the round.
it.
You get the round.
And they knew there was more on long after Dafu comes flying from the sky with that flashbang from the Bird. Also from the sky. But 6-4 and K23 are feeling pretty fine about this T side right now. The reads are good. They keep going back to B, and even though Ecstatic know it in the back of your mind, it could always just be one of these quick mid-takes or an A execute that is yet to be shown. So you can't completely leave it empty. Daffy's going to get to Donut through the mid-Molotov that K23 have lobbed. 3 mid early, but Max will lean back and anchor. All feet. Holding the red play. And Ecstatic do have that lane control, but this is misinformation. Door only now getting taken, and that smoke won't do a thing about it. They're going to swing on the contact. The smoke misses because Bird from Sky gets contact, and he does kill the AWP, holding the ramp. That was the one job for Z-Power, and he couldn't get away with it. Norbert's trapped and getting wallbang from Bird from Sky. What a nice pre-fire. Do they realize that X5 got here as well? He does tick a Molotov. Maybe that's going to be info, but Bird from Sky has bigger problems killing these mid players. Finally, the realization comes in. It sets in quite late, though. However, in a 1v5, X5 has surely no hope.
See, Temptation might just be there to save. You can play for damage here. That's your other option. You know, you've got a chance to keep Ecstatic pretty broke. But K23 have never looked hesitant from saving, and if you did, you know, you would be able to buy up in this next round. X5 could drop one. Z-Power's gonna have money. Fame's gonna have cash. Wouldn't be picture perfect, but it's something, and so it will just be this decision to fall on back. You can see Ecstatic still paranoid. Have fully rotated to A. There was even a timing where the B plant could have come in.
So I thought he was going to go for this, go for damage, like you said, because he threw the AWP out, but he is still saving. So that's X5 not, oh, that's Z-Power, sorry, not wanting the AWP for this round. Maybe that's based off of the pace that they now want to enact, right? Going for a quicker mid play. Still haven't seen an A execute. Or maybe that's because, you know, X5, Z-Power, just the names, man. Maybe that's Z-Power just realizing, okay, my picks are not going well. Last round, holds the ramp. One job, can't hit the shot. A couple of rounds before, on top of the box, holding long, Wolfie peeks and wins a fight. You know, these are simple AWP duels, but Z-Power's not getting away with them. Wolfie jumps up ledge with that mid-util. And again, this is what I talked about. Like, Wolfie's different every round. He's keeping K23 guessing. And because Bird from Sky, you know, did do this last round, K23 should be aware, but they're getting smoked out. It's a mid-take.
It's something I think that's pretty important. There's no head armor on 4 players here. And you're up against, you know, Glocks and Beagles. Could get a little bit weird. I'm not saying it's going to, right? There's no guarantees, but it could. It very much has the potential to. I'm good at judging a potential for weirdness, and I'm feeling it right now, Hugo.
Yeah. What's that feeling feel like, Harry?
Like a gurgling in your tummy. Goes, right? Fascia.
Like a baby crying.
Fascia over here in Temple.
Oh, the nade. He sees it. He sees a jump. He's going to hold.
The boost.
Lovely.
Ready for X5. And that gun's irretrievable. Going to have to boost up to go and get it. They're all jumping. They're all trying to. That's very awkward. Even though Z-Power's managed one, the rotations have already come in. They do boost a player up in the end. Nealon's going to retrieve this AK at least. But with 20 seconds, you've got to go. You've got to get past the triple cave hold. There's Z-Power with one. Tap on the bomb and an immediate bit of re-aggression from the rest of Ecstatic. They just weren't ready for so many numbers in cave.
They just you can't plant. You can't plant in this map. You can't plant in this site without a smoke on donut. It's a bit silly. It's not worth the time. Even if you feel like you have a chance, you know, Norbert goes for it and he just gets swung by 2 players. You need a lot more kills and you need a lot more utility for a round like this. That's fine though. It was only pistols for K23 with a 1 gun. It got the entry, a couple of frags, a couple of bits of damage, but now something new, now something different and pacier on a rifle round. Quick out middle for Nealon. He's seen Wolfie. Nice headshot from the AWP. The rest of his team going A though. Nealon, he's at least kept players in middle, but Wolfie's already starting to lean back with Manx to that A site. Dafus might have heard something from Donut. Manx has the cross right now. Hard shot to hit, and he's really botched that one. Dafu now out of Donut. His teammates smoked off at CT, gonna have to post Temple, but K23, no need to peek deep. They've finally got the plant, and you thought, Psych, you thought Dafu finds a gap in the smoke and he gets that kill. Now they chase down the Temple players, and Fame is still here on the corner. Orp's got a hard clear, and so is Shao.
Yeah, only Norbert left. Man who planted the bomb now is to end the round as well. He's looking for... Oh, just missing it, but now going back. Bird from Sky on the receiving end of that. Oh. Wolfie deleted on the swing. Beautiful clutch for Norbert. Plants the bomb, wins the round. 7 on the board now for K23, and this is already a very good T-side to have under your belt, especially when, you know, look at what Ecstatic are going to be able to bring with them into this round. They're actually gonna put an investment in. That's surprising. Yeah, not playing for round 15. They want to have as many chances as they can. Only downside is, oh, nice big bottle of water.
Bottle of water for Norbert. Bottle of water.
Norbert and a bottle of water.
I wonder if that's Vitality's. Well, lovely rounds. Yeah, we're seeing some depth in this T side, right? Like they clearly have shook Ecstatic with these early B plays, with this just keen executes on B every single round, and now they finally start to diversify their portfolio. Harry, they bought a bit of this and that. And right now it's going through the roof. I'll pop into the A site with Nealon selling the mid fake, even though he dies straight away. It was enough to keep Ecstatic out of the bomb site. They had no one there. There's a gap found, there's smoke for Dafu. Otherwise, not much going right for Ecstatic. Now back to B with 3. K23 again realizing that lane is just not free for them. Gonna have to respect the smoke. Look at Nealon, man. He could walk into B right now. He could flank this entire CT defense as they've left mid open as a gaping chasm. Is there going to be a flash and burn from Sky into the B stairs? Surely not. They take lane instead. He tucks at ramp playing anti. Nealon still hasn't activated. He's finally taken red, but Wolfie's moved back over with the scout. Still should be a favorable fight for the MAC-10. And Wolfie, even them, is not convinced. With no mid info, Max has to hold both main and donut, so he would love a bit of assistance from Wolfie. At what point will he start to move out of this position? Can K23 sell enough of a fake to draw him out? They've seen the barrel. They know what's up. They would love a Molotov. X5 calling for someone to throw something somewhere, somehow, some way, but 2 players caught, and Norbert double headshot on the spray. Burt from Sky deleted, and Norbert's had enough. I did wonder if that barrel, if that silencer would give up the angle, and it's given up the game, given up the round. Wolfie chases Nealon down, but it's a 2-on-4, and it's already a save of these scouts.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that, I don't remember whether it was Dafu or Fasher who was more tucked in, like the one with the A1. But I assume the Famous player who was wider from the angle would kind of be in a position to like fight, right? To try and give the illusion that like, oh, I'm the player over here in Cubby or in Poly or whatever you call it, Instead, they both tuck, and I think all that does is reel Norbert in. He sees a gun barrel, and he's like, oh, this is funny. Yeah. And then he shoots, and then they're both there, and he just keeps shooting, and you're both essentially on top of each other.
If they had swapped spots or swapped guns, that would have been absolutely fine. There would have been nothing wrong with that play. But that's something. Go back to the drawing board, figure that one out. That's not too well practiced, I guess. Eight to 6. It's a beautiful T side. You've got to be happy with it on K23, and this buy is pretty rumbled for Ecstatic. Anything but over their weaponry. And Nealon, he's just been taking mid with a furious pace, and we don't even have the util to stop it this time. Scout is going to be posted. Molly does come in late, but that wouldn't have done anything about a player taking their spawn. K23. They get re-smoked again, and they're fine respecting this utility again for Ecstatic. They've got plenty of clock. There's no kit in this round. There's only 2 more smokes. K23, they've played the long game here. Ecstatic feel the need to get involved, feel the need to get information. So Wolfie pushing up in middle with a bit of cover from an MP9 of all guns.
Oh, you're judging the MP9. Watch it, check it. Oh. He will get out. He's fine. Dafu is the second chance, and really living. It's all about second chances. Dafu holding on to Donut, but this is feeling and looking like another one of these signature B plays. The re-smoking at door is nice. However, mid players are starting to work their way up to you from the ledge, and that's Nealon dealing with the cave component, the only component of this B hold over here in mid. Dafu might land a dink, and it sets Fasher up for the kill. But does that really carry too much impact? This one AK gonna have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and Nealon is waiting for it to arrive. Max is all alone in a world of hurt.
The pain has only just begun. Z-Power peeks out with the tech and taps him to find the half. 9 to 6, and yeah, K23 certainly can't turn their nose up at that. Inferno's on next map. It's not statistically too good for K23, but they've at least got the lean back of this in their pocket. Going to have to see a really well-called T-side from Bird from Sky. But that's been what I've credited him on all tournaments so far, Harry. He has had some excellent reads, some excellent fakes. You know, the way he uses utility and smokes and then recommits after them is very anti-meta. Catches a lot of teams off, but I don't know how you're going to make that work on Ancient, a map where timings have to be considered constantly on this CT side. Fast through the cave, there's 3 sets of util. Oh, it's messy from the Julies, and Manx is going to find the opener. That's a CT smoke in front of cave. The T utility has only just started to rain in. A short smoke, a Molotov going into dark. X5's got to move out of position. He's got to fight Ramp for his life, but they caught with nades out right now. Bird from Sky does trade. B site has been lost for K23. There's still hope for the Danes.
This flash on Neelan's got to be good. Goes over, but no one is blind. And oh God, Z-Power even got a team kill in here. He's bloodlusting. He wants everything. 3 to his name, needs the 4th, and Fasha will get the round over the line.
God, that's terrifying. Nothing comfortable about that. T's flashing into B, CT's flashing back through the smokes, T's flashing back over Cube. There is just no level of comfortability in that round for anyone. Anywhere. And so the force comes in for K23, right? As much as we had some ideas there from Ecstatic on the CT side with the B ramp aggression, with the mid takes, that they were just gifted in that half. There was no real mid control other than the early game where Neelan was running up red and we had some flanks from Fame. I want to see what K23 do in a round like this to get rid of Ecstatic. They don't know what these T's are up to yet, though. Fast lane taken from the B site. And Norbert gets to re-smoke cave as well. That first smoke is a T-smoke thrown from spawn, just to give Ecstatic this control. And they've got to care that someone doesn't come through this one. It's a bit deeper. But this allows for wallbang spam for Norbert. Goes both way. Got to be careful. Eventually he will leave. Flash peek into middle, denied by the rifle of Manx. And now Ecstatic 5-on-4, just grouping for a B hit here would be lovely.
Yeah, it looks like they agree with you, Hugo, but at ramp, Fasha, he's seen a lot of bodies there. They're going to try and get out cave, going to try and find this timing, and Bird from Sky has removed X5. Oh, Fame with the Galil. Still giving a bit of room, bit of a chance to K23, but he might just elect to hold on to it. Fame is up and leaving this B side of the map. And so it does look like that save call's come in. Just going to hold on to the Galil. You know, lets you have a little bit to work with in this next one. You know, he can drop his Deeg over, play the Galil himself. But the conversion's looking to land for the Bird from Sky. And the rest of the Ecstatic squad.
Oh, lordy, this Galil. Right place, right time. And the right shot, but it's traded, so no gun gained there. Z-Power can't move back in to take that weapon, and they won't feed him anymore on the scout. Gives a pistol over, but otherwise it's going to have to be this little eeky-deeky for K23. Relying on the scout.
I kind of wish he'd just like gone aim with Z-Power and fully committed to the save. You understand like hanging around to try and find someone hunting, get rid of them early, play an off angle. But being so close to B, you know, it meant that he always ran the risk of losing the whole reason he didn't attempt the round in the first place, which was that Galil. Would it have made a huge difference? Probably not, but you can't say for certain. And a Galil is a damn sight better than no Galil.
Yeah, I mean, this round was never going to get too weird, Galil or not, you'd like to think, and Ecstatic just keep it clean in middle, trading their kills or trading their peaks. 4 kills. B is free, and the MAC-10 looks to hunt down these remaining players.
I like this from Bird from Sky.
He should knife Z-Power. It's a mega brain money maker flex play. No one knifes enough in pro games, and I understand you don't want to pull your knife out, get turned on, get re-peeked by a teammate. But if I was a pro, Harry, and I'm not, so I can very easily say this, I'd be going for way more knife kills.
Yeah, man.
There are a lot of opportunities, man.
And if I was a rocket scientist, I would have just flown to Mars. Or
whatever. See, exactly. Why didn't they just go there sooner? We have the technology. We made it to the moon. How hard can it be?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like once you're in space, doesn't everything just get way easier anyway?
Yeah, the hard bit is getting out there, man.
Yeah, and we can nail that.
Yeah.
But that's why we need a space elevator.
Stairway to heaven, perhaps.
Yeah, you know, can't imagine the stairs would be a fun way to get up there.
Stairway to heaven, I can kick you down a real high flight of stairs. You'll make it somewhere. Maybe you're stuck in purgatory or in a coma. It's kind of the same thing, though, isn't it? Oh, they beat the mid-molly. I love this. We never got this from K23. The quick mid takes a disrespect plays. That's often because K23 were met with double mollies mid by Ecstatic CT side. That's not the case. That molly was pretty poor, actually, from Nealon. They just go right through. At least he's not, you know, under the false guise of mid being clear, but I don't think he truly knows just how weird this round has gotten. Ecstatic have 4 players in their opponent's spawn. They're not even going to flank B, Harry. They're going right into the A site. The info's been gathered by X5, and so double donut play for K23. Good reaction from Fame, but even he is not ready for the bulk of this push to come through. Nealon is the fly in the ointment. Why is he there? They don't know, but now they figured it out. X5 keeping the pressure up. No plant allowed today, but maybe he should have given them room to play because now Wolfie's shut him down and the bomb has been dropped. This re-aggression with the CT side is working. 2-on-1. Fasha has low players and noise being made by Nealon. He's a dead man. Norbert, he's picked up an orb. That's massive on the 6 health round and the bomb is so deep. And so Fasha smoking it might lull him back into the bomb site. He's not planting for Donut at least, as that's where Norbert has rerouted with the orb. And Fasha, he is 1 step ahead, or is he?
Yeah, he definitely suspects the donut wrap at this point, mate. The way he's playing around this smoke is just screaming that out to you. He set this up to defend it from this position, from CT. But his smoke and molly, Fasha.
No. Oh, no!
They're on it, bud! You haven't got him off yet, and Norbert wins it with the stick. I love it. Drops the Molotov in. That was like a real battle of the brains there, man. Fasha outreads Norbert, but then Norbert's chuckling to himself like, I still haven't spoken a Molotov, this guy. Trying to hit me with the CT plant. Nah, mate, not today. Not today.
Yeah, one more step for Fasha, one more little aim left. He would have had that round, Harry. That hurts, but you don't want to commit too hard through the Molotov. All right, we have the deep molly mid as well. Ecstatic, they've got the tricks of the trade. They know what's good. Nealon, he was the quick mid player in their T side. Now he's defending it from red. Fame holding the cross. Triple B. Oh, that molly's trapped X5. And Nealon just runs through the smoke with a flash. Finds Fash. 5-on-4. Molly, is X5 going to have to re-smoke, but double the amount of time bought. It's a good deal. Nice grenade. Just softening up at Ecstatic, who should be in the lead right now, but clutch stolen from them by Norbert. A 3rd smoke. This is my cave.
Some of these low econ rounds, I would love to see, you know, a roof fire play for CTs. Any roof fire fans? We all love him on Ancient. Those flashes throwing in, they're lovely. There's if you look up, there's actually a little hole in the roof that for anyone who doesn't play Ancient all the time like me, maybe isn't aware of. It's a tiny bit of crack. And, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ecstatic are throwing everything from the PCP to the lattes. And they're going to try and crack this bomb side open, all right. Oh, lovely re-aggro, the last bullet headshot.
And he's going to leave, mate. He's going to get out of there. He gets shot from Cave, and he's like, lol, what if I just don't fight? And that there is lovely at a K23.
God, they just keep the pressure up always on the CT side, right? Even in these previous rounds when it's let them down, the re-aggro back into A, putting them in a very uncomfortable 1v1, but Norbert still wins it. And right there, X5, you say he's getting out. He actually just gets a gun and instantly faces back, dies, but again sets up Norbert for the re-swing. These aggressive CT rounds are so punishing, and Ecstatic cannot get comfortable at any point. K23 in that big boot camp and showing us what they're made of. Remember, both these teams have fielded L's already in the double elim bracket. This is still elimination on the line. Winner goes on to face the winner of our next game in Tropic Astralis. So there's no easy routes to the grand final through the lower bracket. The question on the best CIS and the best Danish team, well, we're going to get some answers today out of these 4 friendly foes. Orps aplenty. Dafu broke. But Wolfie's got a mid-spawn. He'll go for nothing, not the pig. Instead, just flashing his team back into position. Oh, they want to go contact. There's no one here in middle. Neelan's smoked off. Fame's going to hold that cross, but timings, well, that's Ecstatic's best friend. It let them up top mid the other round, and they're going to try and do it again, this time sneaking Donut. Fame in the corner. Bird from Sky not clearing. Oh, the dink, and he can't convert it. The orb shot misses, and he swings into the AWP, trying to swap sides, trying to get back to safety. Z-Power not allowed that fact. Fasher backstab from B, and the bomb was B, Harry. They never expected this to go well, but it has. It's gone so swimmingly, and so Ecstatic just going to walk into this B bomb site and surely close the round. A bomb site, that being. Lurk is dead, but it's not the end of the world, is it? That just shows you that K23 were already leaning into the save.
Yeah, so keeping it competitive, right? Keep finding these little gaps. I do like that, right? How you said, you know, you draw attention to, they didn't even expect it to go that well themselves. Yeah. The bomb was still outside of B.
Fake.
And, yeah, it maybe wasn't destined to be an A play from the get-go, but hell, when the red carpet's rolled out for you like that, you're going to take advantage of it.
I do love these contact mid plays for Ecstatic, right? K23 were a lot more, I'd say, like, execute heavy, right? They lent B, they were retaking lane a lot, they were running double smoke walls on the B site.
Yeah.
But for Ecstatic, they're just walking out middle. And K23, if they don't get that info early, if they don't get that timing spot, then they just lose the round. It's happened twice now. I guess they won one of them, which was the, you know, 4-man through red flank when Norbert stuck the defuse eventually. But, like, in terms of getting into good position in the round, a winnable position, it keeps working for Ecstatic. They keep getting into these favored spots.
I would love to see, one of my favorite players, and it's not someone that's going to spring to mind immediately when you think of Ancient go-tos to watch on this map, is actually Monacy.
All right.
It makes me super excited as well now that he's in G2, you know, or at least that's... Yeah, no, now that he's in G2.
You didn't want to leak anything,
I'm making sure I ain't leaking, but
yeah, no, he is.
It's all good.
It's all confirmed. Yeah, G2, they're strolling around the boot camp, Harry. We see them from time to time.
We see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the way he AWPs on this map, and I hope it's one that G2 look to pull into their map pool more so now than ever.
Yeah.
He's a very exciting piece, and he's always a donut-leaning AWP player, and the way that he approaches mid is super interesting to watch. Right, obviously, that bug molly that goes over causes a donut AWP a few problems, but he's very hyper-aggressive with how he plays in that position, always peeking mid, always nabbing info. It's a pretty safe bet that a team is going to try to at least take some sort of peek out through, you know, that bottom mid angle. And I just love having an AWP leaning towards this A site in donut. It's so tempting to play it in temple. It feels like it's the right spot, and it is a pretty safe spot, but as we've seen from Z-Power, who has lent there a couple of times, oh mate, just flicks off.
He's having the whiffs today, Harry. He's having the whiffies. Oh, it's a stinker. Manx knocks him out of the round on the wrong side of the site. Swinging from big box, and 4-on-2. This round is over.
And now, you know, K23, this might have been one, as we kind of highlighted coming into this, that historically, they've been very good on up against this Ecstatic squad. Now we're starting to see some results. We're starting to see some answers from Ecstatic. It's not such a walk in the park right now. With Inferno coming up next, if Ecstatic were to win this, they could be staring down the barrel of a 2-0. So the pressure's starting to get applied, and pretty liberally to K23, right? Their money's all but run out once again. And so really all you've got in this round are the AKs.
Yeah, we've seen some excellent T-side depth in this game. Like, I've got to say, like K23, I really like their T-side, but it's, again, Ecstatic. They just bring something different. They bring something new. Like, they're not playing what I would call typical Ancient. They're utilizing mid really well, which is nice, and you don't see that a lot. But at the same time, they're not running executes. They're doing their mid util. They're slowing down. They're walking out middle, and K23 have yet to win the mid battle. I think in one of these rounds, not this, because we need nades. Oh god, hold that thought. Through the smoke, Norbert tries. Fasher was ready though, can see that much. Might even throw the gun out. I'd love to see a heavy mid play for K23. Start 3 there. Ecstatic did it sometimes, CT side. Throw the Molotovs, get that control back. Both AKs in this round have been deleted. Bird from Sky with a light tail headshot. Hiding in Temple is famed to maybe stop this plant, but even then the AWP is covering and you can't see more than your tippy toes. Bird from Sky spams a smoke. And even if this kill comes in, which it won't, because Wolfie's on the angle, this round is a wash. Fasher was ready for that gun to come back his way. And 12-11, a flawless anti-eco, albeit with 2 saved guns from K23. Now we need a mid-take. And, you know, if there were any round for Ecstatic to switch it up, it would be this one. But if they keep taking middle, then K23 are going to continue to have problems. They need the map control. They need to stop these contact walks happening into Donut and Red. And what a time to call a timeout. They let the freeze time run down. Then the timeout comes in. K23, they're right and ready to go. And they've now got to wait another 30. Double AWP.
Yeah, that's nice, right? If there ever was a time to have one of these guys leaning towards mid, leaning towards Donut, it's in a round like this.
But the worry is, the util's perfect. You know, they are contacting mid, but at the same time, every round we see top mid and we see Donut, Bug, Molly, and Smoke from Ecstatic. So, you know, how do you play the AWP? Do you want to commit in the cutout and get mollied? Do you want to try and maybe go above the Smoke on top mid? If it's a deep one, you can't. If it's a shallow one that lands on the stairs, maybe you can find a one-way there, but I don't think there isn't. You can see Fasher's got the lineups from different spawns. It's like Mirage, man. He's throwing them insta. Maybe he's going to move to the left corner, but it looks like it's a spawn smoke. And there we go. Like, Ecstatic are very well drilled right now. And it looks like it's going to bounce up top red. No, it is a smoke you can one-way, but Ecstatic aren't going mid. This is the time to switch it up after the timeout. They come through lane, and that's how they get the control. Flank from ramp, that's more like it. An aggressive, proactive play nets an opening kill, and the AWP follows up with no util this time. Fame needs to survive, and he can't. Ooh, 2 on 5.
This could still get weird, right? Never willing to write out a guy like Wolfie, not with the game he's having a day. Norbert's been a real standout for K23, and at least he's still alive. They're going to try and flash Dafu in.
Flash, but didn't matter.
Dafu will still deliver the kill, mate. He's good for the deliverables. They've seen X5 now. They know the position of one of these guys, and it's a pretty safe bet that the other's going to be coming from Donut. Dafu pushes it. He needed to win that, right? It was all centered around not having enough smokes to cover that position, so you had to take it. You had to hold on to it. And really, the round was screwed the moment that kill goes the way of K23.
Yeah, 2 on 5 that goes to a 2 on 2, though. You can't turn your nose up there for Ecstatic. They're pretty happy with the recovery, at least. And yeah, a different round, a change of pace. That Donut player goes 1 for 1. That's a lot better than what we've seen, right? Every time Donut has been walked by Ecstatic, they have found that kill either, you know, sometimes getting dinked, but always getting out for free in terms of kills. So now back to B with 5 players, an earlier execute perhaps. We have that aggression down ramp last round. It won't be the same again. Z-Power starts middle with his nades, but now comes back to assist as there's no Donut util, so Neelan has that mid-info. He can call red lurkers. Not that there are any. Ecstatic are lining up a full execute, and look at the contact. They're coming right up ramp.
Yeah, none of this none of this given. Forewarning to K23, and even though Norbert... Oh, the accidental jump. Seen it betray many a man. Norbert joins a not-so-exclusive club. And this is going to have to be a save, really. Like, retaking this B site can feel pretty tricky at the best of times, let alone when, you know, you've been locked out so decisively, so quickly, and you've got no control anywhere else. That's before you even take into account their money being on the line, so they've got to write this one off. And I like this, man. Bird from Sky's really, I've really enjoyed watching his calling, man. He's someone who is very reactive, very, very good at realizing when the jig is up with a certain strategy. And it feels like the rest of the gang as well. He's got a very capable team around him who themselves like to keep it fresh. You know, drawing attention to someone like Wolfie on that CT side, who I don't think played the same position twice, it felt like.
And you want to compare AWPers, Harry? Again, you know, it's not a go-to map for K23 in the past. It's obviously a new addition to the pool, but it's been going pretty well for them. Z-Power, he's having a sleeper right now. He's not even winning opening fights. He's 0-2. Wolfie, 4-1 in opening fights. CT side, like you said, very mobile, was coming in with a lot of impact. Z-Power, when he was holding T-side, holding in normal spots, and he was getting pushed dry, he would be missing shots, and that's just like unacceptable for such a talented AWPer in such an important game.
Yeah, and one who often excels in just holding for a peak, right?
Hitting the kill. Yeah.
That's why his CT side AWPing something that's so scary.
And there we go.
Molly in mid, gonna flush out Nealon.
We definitely have Ecstatic setting Wolfie up a lot more. Like, that's a good example of it. Z-Power is just often left to his lonesome, but that's when this guy pops off. That's when this guy looks his best, and this has not been his best today. Not in this map, at least, you know. But think about the map pool, Harry. Next is Inferno. Well, that's a typically very difficult T-side AWP, and at least he'll be starting CT.
Oh, yeah, no, mate. The next map makes me real nervous for him, especially. Right.
Dude, Norbert's been the saving. There we go.
That's more like it.
Norbert's been the saving grace of this CT half. He's the one guy trying to keep 23 in it. He's just okay. At least the info came, and Fame can flank, and he can tell his team. But Norbert's been getting aggressive on ramp with util or dry, and doing a lot of work there. That's more like it. Z-Power holding off, stopping that flank that was commed by Fame, and Ecstatic are going to go back to middle where they are dead, although they don't know it yet. Fasher will trade, and he could run A, but they are very quick on their rotates as well. He will hear some of this. Norbert hangs out.
Now, with Norbert and Z-Power here, there should be no way that Fasher even manages to make a dent. There's one dead. Oh, missed shot from Z-Power. Oh, God. Okay, he is able to land it the second time around, and he comes up big in this one. You know, the hat trick, 3 kills for him.
He heard us talking smack.
Hey, dude, if that's what it takes to get him activated, I'll keep doing it. Because I love a Z-Power CT AWP. I really do. K23 going to call in a timeout of their own. You don't have time to celebrate yet. Your money still on the line, right? Still just one loss away from being reset. And at this point in the game, that can decide the outcome single-handedly, right? So you really can't afford to have, you know, Ecstatic run one of these kind of faster contact explosions on you that suddenly turns into an all-in execute. They've got a lot of those up their sleeve, and that's your worry right now. You know, you don't want this to be feeling like an Inferno, where 2 kills come in at the B site, and that's it. The round passes you by, you're left saving. Now, you need them defaulting, you need them taking their time. Let Z-Power work that AWP. Let Norbert try to find timings.
Yeah, this could be the second win for K23 with 2 out of the last 3 rounds, and now no AWP for Wolfie. It wasn't a money thing, it was just a choice. They're going back to B. It worked last time, a quicker execute, 3 contact ramp, and yeah, just fast smokes, this time even quicker than the last. Z-Power with an opener, a necessity here on the defense. He's all that stands inside of the site, and he hits another shot. Z-Power locked out of the angle, flashed as well. There's a boost on the box inside of Cave, and Z-Power, oh, his teammate gets run down. Fasher with the entries, and they know Z-Power's still here. Wolfie will spam him out. Double Cave setup. Are they aware of 2 players in this position? One can play first and try and set up the other for a clutch, but now both have been seen. The smoke on long. Wolfie's going to peek up as it pops, and taking down Norbert has left X5 in this 1v2. He has a kit. That might be his best option. Trying to dodge the smoke spam, trying to get behind cover on this pillar. Oh, there might be a gap in that long one. They shoot through. He's waiting for a kill to come. One of them has to check it. Fasher walks, and Fasher wins. 3 frags, running through the short smoke and killing everyone. The CT player, the rotation, and then winning the clutch.
Mate, and being real, you know, if you were going to win a round, that's how you wanted to do it. You wanted to get K23 interested so that they throw all their bodies at the problem, right? In a way, it almost would have been preferable to have Fasher get that double opener immediately and then commit to a 3-man save. It's left K23 with nothing.
Well, they couldn't save. Think about this for a second, right? Like, he got the double opener. Who is left? 2 Cave players and the guy at long with the AWP.
No,
like, there's no way of getting out.
That's why I'm saying, like, the way the round panned out was great for Ecstatic.
Yeah.
Like, you would have rather it was just a standard setup with 2 immediate kills and then the round over, but it wasn't.
Oh, and yeah, this is a roughie. Got to play for OT. That's fine, but I mean, even Norbert, he ain't happy with it. He's bought Armor Deeg. Yeah. 1350 left, and no loss bonus of significance here. Might be playing shotgun, might be going roof fire, Harry. We'll have to see next round. Ecstatic, not seeing an A execute. K23 also saved this until the end of the half, and they got away with a couple on their T side, which again was a good T side, but Ecstatic's has been a 1-up, and they just ran out A. The timings, K23 leading B and mid early, haven't had to worry about this A site all half, and we have a quick execute that will win the round. Bird from Sky, watching out from the dinks, and with all this cover, with all these rifles, all this util, there's just nothing K23 can do.
Suddenly, I'm left really hating the investment from Norbert even more. Like,
let's see his money next, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain he's at
2 loss.
Yeah,
it's not going to be pretty. He's just going to be lacking util if he wants an A1S.
So, you know, we'll still have some form of firepower, but
they run.
Yeah, screw it. See if you can find anything. No, they find nothing.
Oh.
And so yeah, you know, that's 15 now for Ecstatic. You lose Fasher to the bomb, but it's not the end of the world for the Danes.
What's Norbert doing now then? He's got 1700. He bought a scout for fame. Oh, so he's been set up. Nothing wrong with that. Norbert buying util, and he should have an M4 at the ground. So it's worked out thanks to his selfless teammates.
Yeah. But even then, like, Fame's been the second man. If you wanted to try and credit anyone as being that on K23 right now, he's now relegated onto the scout.
This has to be the savior, rather. Z-Power with the AWP. Last time locked in a 3K on B. But again, Ecstatic, it feels a bit obvious this time, but it has worked out almost every single round. Just the full B smokes. Oh, Norbert gets caught running backwards. They just run through Cave on a great timing. X5 is trapped. Often this position's been mollied. It's not being mollied right now. So maybe it gets discounted. No one checks it. Oh dear, what a massive error for Ecstatic. They're getting the stick. He can't stop it. He doesn't want to. He's taking this as late as he can. 1, 2 for X5, and that is a big oversight for Ecstatic.
Yeah, this could start to spiral. This could start to
dear.
get weird. He smoked himself off in Cave. That was not the intention. It was meant to put out the molly. Yeah, lack of kit, right? This links back into the money. But if you get all the kills, you're still feeling good. They get taken off the bomb. Whittled away through the smoke spam. They're back on it again, this time with the commit, but that's not the diffuser, Dafu. That's not the man. And the stick is in. It's won the round for K23.
Wow.
And they narrowly pull up with a victory to find 14, the 10-second commit.
How? That was X5 who won the round, Harry. It's the dog player. He lives throughout all of the artillery. And hey, I know the smoke looks silly on Cave because I thought it was actually going to try and go on the Molotov, but I guess it's sort of helped in the sense of, like, you're just shooting through. The plant was really nice for Ecstatic. They were playing for the Cave smoke spam. They did it as deep as they could. There was no pillar in the way for cover. That's what you see let down spam so often and allow people to fake you out. Tapping behind pillar, you don't have the info. But after you kill 3 people spamming a smoke, at a certain point you have to think that you've killed the defuse. I haven't heard a tap. He can't be on it. Oh, he's been on it the whole damn time. 10-second stick and success for X5 with 3 kills and the defuse in that round. That's sad because they've mollied that position every time they've gone B, except the one that it really matters in. They mollied it in the pistol, Harry.
Yeah, and you know, I love the decision from X5 to have never just fired off and amongst all of that. Because, you know, it's like confirmation bias. It's like the longer you go not getting shot in the back, the less you assume you're going to get shot in the back. It's why acts of betrayal have forged over years. Isn't that right, Hugo?
Oh my God, that was terrifying, Harry. I felt threatened. I don't feel safe.
All right, you got nothing to worry about yet.
Not yet. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Late pop,
Brutus. And a brutal shot. Dafu runs out and look at he stepped,
oh,
bird from sky.
bird,
Nealon still
bird,
killed the bomb.
bird is the
He's going
word.
to get it. Everybody knows that the bird is the word. But Ecstatic, they're still going to get that bomb down. Word travels fast. Z-Power here to stop it, but he runs through the Molotov. And now K23 yelling, screaming. They've been buried alive, trapped in a coffin. There's no bell to ring out.
Oh yeah, Manx is really sending this one home. Up top of the boost, he makes it a double. Only Z-Power, they knew he was here from earlier on. He tried to push through the Molotov. They're holding every contingency. And there's no hope, surely, for Z-Power. Dead on the swing to Wolfie's AWP. And that there is Ecstatic running away with K23's map pick. It goes the distance, the full 30 rounds. And they still emerge as the victors.
What a mental game.